I have been actually. I didn't expect it to be so easy to get people to say yes, but I think people are really inspired by the idea of doing something a little outside of what's normal. And I think Mexico is a place that's sort of on the verge of. Sorry about this.
No problem.
It's on the Mexico is a place that's on the verge of a big change in terms of how people in the states think of it. I think that's been percolating for a while, partly because media is becoming more common between the two countries. Everybody's got 3 Spanish language TV stations.
Right, right.
Whether they ever watch it or not, it's there.
Right.
And I think that the fact of the matter is that the demographics are changing there. People are doing a little better than they used to do. Slowly, changes are happening. And I think that's starting to become something that people on this side of the border are aware of, even if it's subconsciously. So I think when we came to the people and we said, we have been to this place, we've seen what it really is, we think you would feel the same way we feel, you should come and play. They, rather than being immediately skeptical or thinking, oh, I don't know, I've heard all my life Mexico is poor and dangerous and dirty. Instead, they thought, no, I think this will be something great. And I think musicians actually, especially successful rock bands in the indie rock world, are kind of at the forefront of knowing that. And that's because for the last 10 years, there have been all of these fly-ins of American bands to play in Mexico City or play in Monterrey. Because we're not the first people to put on a festival there. We're just the first ones to talk about it in the States and to try and have a sort of an audience of people from both sides of the border. But a lot of bands have been there before. And I think that they've been impressed with what they've seen. And so it's not been hard to talk people into it. I also think, most people are in bands for the adventure. Most people are in bands to do something fun. And like anything that's a departure from the normal mundane bullshit of being on tour, they would.
Right.
And then, what hasn't surprised me is that, there's been a small minority of naysayers on the internet and elsewhere. But I'm looking forward to proving those people wrong. Not that they'll ever admit they were proven wrong.
Right.
But that'll be, to me that just illustrates why we're doing this.
Right.
We're doing this because those attitudes, the attitudes that Mexico is an untenable country that you can't deal with, that's just you should never go, never even think about it.
Right.
It's just ignorance. I mean, it's just flat out ignorance. Anyone who's been there knows that's a complete falsehood. So I'm happy to see those people come out of the woodwork and show themselves to be the ugly Americans they are. They will be proven wrong, and I'm also happy to show the rest of the world, including people in Mexico, that there are a lot of Americans who don't agree with them
Right.
and know better.